Da-na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right.
You first.
I started comedy. I used to do performance art. I'm trained as a fine artist, and I used to wear sculptures on stage for a band. And then a fan of theirs, who is a very beautiful woman, is still a beautiful woman. Nothing happened to her. She said, the way you speak, you should try stand-up comedy. I know a guy, and you can go along to this thing. And then I went along to this thing. It was a workshop, and then the next day someone invited me, and that day someone invited me to a show, and I haven't stopped for more than a week and a half. Since then, I haven't stopped doing comedy. I just fell in love with the comedy and forgot about the girl. The girl forgot about me, but that's another story.
I was just a bad mime. I used to talk the whole time, and then people were like, "Yo, bro, you're messing up being a mime." And then I became a comedian. And then
It's complete rubbish.
no, that's totally true. Did you ever see me be a mime?
I didn't.
No, then
I don't
know
think
it's not
anyone
true.
else did either.
Draw.
Whoa, everyone hates you.
Yeah, getting into the circuit, because like anything, there's always a tight knit group.
Oh, it's like a gang.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we didn't have to shoot anyone or anything, but like, people are mistrusting of you, and you have to prove your loyalty and your worth, and
Because people come and go so
because
quick.
people come and go.
And I mean, we weren't the easiest people to work with in the beginning. I mean, we still are. We like to party down. So people were like, they're just gonna come and go quickly and not do anything. And then
We started running shows.
we started running shows, and then we stayed
And stayed.
and stayed and stayed.
I mean, if there's any young comics out there, just remember, you suck.
No one's gonna give you a break. So
Yeah.
keep on going.
Yeah. I met Wesley at one of his first shows. He actually did pretty well that
That
show.
was the show
that
I
the
did
show?
well. That
Was
was
that
the
the
show I
show?
did
Yeah.
very well at.
Glad I didn't see you the night before. And I had been doing comics about 3 or 4 months, and I was running my first gig. It was the biggest thing ever, and I was like on the underground. And then I saw Wes come in, and he had this kind of vibe, and he told this joke about hating the Illuminati, and I hate the Illuminati as well, or people who talk about the
totally
Illuminati.
forgot about that
That's a
joke.
good
I
joke.
should bring it back.
That's a good joke.
Oh.
And I really liked his vibe, and like, so I ran an underground show fairly shortly after that, or just shortly, fairly shortly is tautology, and Wesley was on the lineup, and since then we kind of hung out. We started running shows together.
Yeah, he's not actually telling the full story. I went to that comedy show and I was still nervous and I didn't know who anyone was. So I thought he was a famous person for a bit. I thought he was a famous comedian. And then he was talking to this girl outside and he got really mad at me because I was like cock blocking him. And then it turns out I came the next week to a comedy show and I was like, this is not a famous person. You're a loser like I am. And that's why we hanged out, because he needed a place to sleep.
Yeah, he used to live close to my work
And he would sleep on my couch.
when we got hideously drunk.
Yeah.
I peeked in your sink once as well.
I know, I heard that.
Ooh.
Money! I could not care about fame. If I could just every day do this and have money and not scrape baked beans out of the sink, that would be a great
Yeah,
day.
if this turns into a viable career, you know, I mean, even though we've put a lot of work into it, it's a very small industry, specifically in Cape Town. It's small. I mean, outside of Cape Town and Joburg, there's almost nothing, and no offense to any of the industries in those particular cities. And for us to be professional comedians, I think that's kind of like that's what I want to do.
We drink. There's not a way to put it. We do have a few drinks. We don't get
Hammered.
sloshed.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we don't smoke pot before. That rigs us off. So we just tend to get away from it all for a bit, an hour or two, have a few
Yeah.
drinks, go through the show slowly, just get into that zone. The Plothole actually started. Stu wanted to write a show because he works in a books lounge store. So he wanted to write the story about a bookstore guy and his friend who kind of doesn't work there. And then just the story went crazy. We went into it because we overthought everything.
Yeah.
So literally for 8 months we were just
We
overthinking
wrote
the
a show for kids, basically. That's what our plan was. But
yeah,
then,
a Christmas story.
Like 6 months into it, we were like, this is complete rubbish.
And then we freaked out. And then we were like, we have no show. And then 2 months before the show, we were like, why don't we just write a show about not being able to write a show.
Which seems cliched, but I think anyone who comes to watch the show will walk away, and not one person will be able to say it's not interesting.
It's innovative, to say the least.
Innovative. I like that. Well done, Wesley.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We
well
learned a ton. Like, it's the structure of the show. Basically, when we had our first show before Rob directed it, it was just we were filling an hour. We were going, how can we fill an hour? And then what Rob basically did was he just made it, guys, it's a show. It's your little baby, and he took us through that process.
He gave us the value of rigor, of repeating and doing it over and over again, and in that we found a whole lot more funny in the show. It's evolved into something that like we're very proud of. We're no longer trying to just fill an hour and get off the stage. We enjoy it.
Yeah,
You know.
and we want to treat our fans to something, to a show, not just meh. That was fun.
Yeah, we want it to be something a little special, and we think it is. We generally believe in the show. We cuck ourselves every time we go on stage, but you know.
Oh, you really went for that one, huh? You were like, I'm to go there.
Angry, hairy, loyal.
Oh, you see, it's always find a third one.
And drunk.
Messy, loud, drunk, trustworthy.
Oh,
You see?
buy the tickets now.
Nah, he's a great guy. I like hanging with the guys. Just
Yeah,
really got a lot of energy in the morning, and I'm not a morning person. But otherwise, he's okay.
If I don't have that energy, I just end up like dying. So I have to be like, whoa, I'm awake, it's awesome! Yes, and it's so cold! The pre-banter. I'm gonna talk like this, Wesley. Hello.
No, do the Australian. Do Bruce.
Hello. I'm a thespian. All the way from Fuckville, Australia. Sorry, I won't swear. All we do in Australia is swear. Fuck.
Swear and be
fuck,
racist.
fuck.
You should live in the Karoo.